It's Christmas Eve. For the meme that I'm still doing, I'm supposed to describe my day. Well, it's Christmas Eve, so traditionally what we do is we have Advent, where we sit around and drink Glühwein, German wine. It's hot. And we have cookies. And we open our Christmas Eve presents, which are pajamas. And when I was a kid, I was so addicted to the Christmas Eve pajamas, which sounds really nerdy. But I was so into the Christmas pajamas that I thought that if you weren't wearing your Christmas pajamas on Christmas Eve, Santa wasn't going to give you presents. But then after that, we usually have nice dinner, not the big fancy Thanksgiving-style dinner that we have on Christmas, but we usually have a nice dinner, and then we watch It's a Wonderful Life. But that's pretty much my day in review. And then tomorrow's Christmas, so we're going to be opening presents for hours in the early daytime. And then we have dinner, we make dinner together, and then we watch White Christmas. I hope I get Watchmen. I'm now going to read to you from my favorite Christmas book, Best Christmas Pageant Ever, by Barbara Robinson. As for ruining the whole thing, it seemed to me that the Herdmans had improved the pageant a lot, just by doing what came naturally. Like burping the baby, for instance, or thinking a ham would make a better present than a lot of perfumed oil. Usually, by the time I got to Silent Night, which was always the last carol, I was fed up with the whole thing and couldn't wait for it to be over. But I didn't feel like that way this time. I almost wished for the pageant to go on, with the Herdmans in charge, to see what else they would do that was different. Maybe the wise men would tell Mary about the problem with Herod, and she would tell them to go back and lie their heads off. Or Joseph might go with them and get rid of Herod once and for all. Or Joseph and Mary might ask the wise men to take the Christ child with them, figuring that no one would think to look there. I was so busy planning new ways to save the baby Jesus that I missed the beginning of Silent Night, but it was all right because everyone sang Silent Night, including the audience. We sang all the verses, too, and when we got to Son of God loves pure light, I happened to look at Imogene, and I almost dropped my hymn book on a baby angel. Everyone had been waiting all this time for the Herdmans to do something absolutely unexpected, and sure enough, that was what happened. Imogene Herdman was crying. Well, it was the best Christmas pageant we ever had. Everybody said so, but nobody seemed to know why. When it was over, people stood around the lobby of the church talking about what was different this year. There was something special, everyone said. They couldn't put a finger on what. And this was the funny thing about it all. For years, I'd thought about the wonder of Christmas and the mystery of Jesus' birth and never really understood it. But now, because of the Herdmans, it didn't seem so mysterious after all. When Imogene had asked me what the pageant was about, I told her it was about Jesus, but that was just part of it. It was about a new baby and his mother and father who were in a lot of trouble. No money, no place to go, no doctor, nobody they knew. And then, arriving from the east, like my uncle from New Jersey, some rich kids. But Imogene, I guess, didn't see it that way. Christmas just came over her all at once, like a case of chills and fever, and so she was crying and walking into the furniture. But in honor of Christmas, I did something that I thought that I was never going to be able to do. Check it out. Until Sunday, this is Thursday. Merry Christmas! This is Vlad.